in life. Do, 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 do. All right. Testing, testing. Blink, blink. All right. Blinking is go. And we are ready. Let's get back into the my low poly fun. Camera a little bit. And where did I leave off last time? I think I was going to work on the top. All right. Decided to go in slightly lower quality this time because A, there's a wicked snowstorm outside, and B, I forgot that transcoding does not exist for me, seeing as this is stream number 2. So 1080p was a little overkill for my bandwidth and y'all watching. All right. Today we are going to continue work on zero poly. And, continue to get used to this whole fun streaming thing. Yeah, make sure I actually fit in the frame, the music's not too loud, all that good stuff. All right. So where were we? I'm gonna do something about this eye. The other eye is gonna be a little bit trickier because I want the eye to be able to move around on the screen right here. As you can see in my actual, I have a lens for an eye that is the, I never remember my right from left. My right eye is actually an old film camera lens, and my left eye is this screen. Blinking there a little bit. So to be able to move this eye, my right eye, is going to be easy. Just rotate it. Hook it up to the bones, rotates. However, the other eye is a flat screen. And since this is low poly, I can't do fancy tricks on it. But I'm thinking I will just have a very shallow sphere that will move. Yeah, that'll move with the bones. Kind of like a regular anime characters, 3D anime characters. And wow, we are. I don't know if you can hear that. We got some squeaky joints tonight. That is part of the problem with building some of the frame out of wood to save on 3D filament and also have a lot of strength. We've got something's rubbing somewhere. So that's amusing. Yeah. Okay. This will be full of scuff, so that's to be expected at this time. All right. Now where are we? I think for now I will just pop that there. can call it screen. As my name implies, I am rusty. So I I am out of practice on even using mine because it has been, oh well, what year is this? 2016. I don't know if you can see in the title bar. So yeah, 2016 was the last time I updated mine. I figured I should probably get my money's worth out of it because I had to pretty much fight with Autodesk support to get this unlocked on my new machine. Because hey, I figured I paid for it many years ago. Math is not my strong suit. I paid for it many years ago, so I would hope to be able to use it. Yeah, no, surprisingly, my last desktop computer lasted 12 years. So it went through, let's see, yeah, I think I went Maya 2008 all the way to, that didn't work. One of the upgrades, anyways. But it ran for 12 years before the power supply popped, and some of the other components are definitely showing their age. So he was going to be relegated to running rusty, the RTX model here you see on the lower right of the screen, or the whole screen. Hello. However, that computer needs good formatting, and it's definitely superior to the ancient computer I'm running here, which is the same age, just not nearly as powerful. It's a decent little AMD machine. It ran, it ran Skyrim and Diablo 3 way back in the day, and that's about it. But and the home office stuff that it needed to. This was my wife's machine. My other machine, I used it for 3D modeling. I was a freelancer for a long time, so I definitely got my use out of that thing running it daily for pretty much all 12 of those years. So that was pretty impressive for what it was. But yeah, it needs a good cleaning, reformatting. Sadly, to put Windows 10 on it, because some of the lovely Unity software and I believe VCFace even needs Windows 10 now. So not looking forward to reformatting that whole beast. But it has water cooling, twice the processor this one has. Because this poor little desktop, I can hear it over on the other side of my desk. Way over here. I can hear it over on the other side of my desk, just humming away, struggle busing at 100%, I think. I would love to run it off my main computer, but if anything goes wrong, I need to be able to hit the kill switch. And yeah, can't have I have already had it where the head on good old rusty RTX model here goes completely out of control and just flopped over. The lens tried popping out when the servo decided, hey, I want to go 90 degrees the wrong way. Started tearing things apart. So there's definitely not powerful servos in here to run both the neck, the eyes, and a couple other ones on the inside. Looking forward to also hooking up the lovely cardboard antenna once I decide on the design. Cardboard antenna, add some eyebrows. all sorts of plans. Got a whole sketchbook full of fun ideas that I'll probably be able to implement like a few. We'll see. We'll see. This is just a fun project. All right, where were we now? Let's see. We are we are working on screen here. Let's see how far we get. For now, we'll just make this. Yeah, we're just gonna make this eye flat plane or flat square for now instead of a very shallow sphere. Or honestly, the best route would probably be to put a slight curve on it, like a old CRT screen. Though I wonder if, since I'm using Unity, I mean, I'd love to just use this guy as a VRM model. So I wonder if you can just move the texture around instead of moving the eye bone. I think I need to do my homework on, well, this model is a bad example because they don't have separate bones for each eye. This is the Cinti low poly model that I really like the suit, but also being able to swap out bodies. This is the businessman being able to swap out bodies and putting space suit, zombie, farmer. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. And eventually, with this model, throwing him into the game engine, walking around, or if I ever find enough motion sickness pills, up in VR. Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so for now I'm just going to use this left placeholder. Everything will be Lambert green or Lambert gray. I do forget with let's see, panels. Bring in. So due to the way I have the window capture here, you won't be able to see half these menus. But let's see. I didn't actually use my 2016 that much. Lambert, okay, it's default Lambert. They completely switched up the hyper shade for 2016. So now it's, let's say, a modern interface. More like what you have with, well, modern Maya, of course, but Blender, how you can do all the node-based connections. Actually, so much nicer than it was before that. When I hop back into this, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to completely relearn everything again. But it turned out to be not bad because the nodes are so much nicer in my to hop back and relearn. So I'm thinking I am going to. I think for the placeholder. I'm just going to roll with it, see where I get from here. Placeholder is going to be placeholder. I think I'm going to have it move around for now. If I do change my mind, we'll see. If I change my mind, I think I'm just going to. I think I have to do a little research to see how VRMs are set up, because I very much want to use this guy as a standalone VRM, or let's say live action. I would call them live action instead of RTX. Live action Rusty over here is misbehaving, pops a circuit under construction, and any of that fun stuff. I want to be able to just hop in and still stream or do a repair stream while using an avatar. So I don't want to be completely without them. Okay, I'm going to say I need a counter. I need to get a bot in the stream here that counts up how often I say certain things. I don't say that often, but definitely we'll call it pausing for effect. And uh, let's see, just make a command call. Let's see. Should have a phone call. Well, actually, I should also put a hotkey on showing and hiding this. Forget how to toggle visibility easily. Is that really how low that is? That is how low that is. You know, I think I'm definitely going to settle for a faux low poly model. You want, I don't want to be this few, mostly quads. I don't want to be this few polygons. Definitely not this few polygons. I want a little bit of detail. I want a little bit extra. It'll just be interesting to see where I want to draw the line. Like, this is actually fairly detailed. I could add in my little lens and vents, and have some dials here, or buttons. I haven't decided if I want command buttons or if I want dials along the side here. It's the balancing act of how much detail is too much detail. Obviously, this is hideous. These polygons. But that's how it comes out of fusion. That's where all these light gray parts were constructed. Are all laid out in Autodesk Fusion, which I'll probably stream from time to time, assuming I don't get monetized, because get this. Hold on. I gotta go full screen for this. Get this. Autodesk Fusion 360. 3-year license, or no, each yearly subscription costs more than a Maya subscription. That is if you're a small user. I mean, if you're a full studio, then a seat of Maya still is expensive. Worth it, because that's how you're making your money. Unpopular opinion right there. But yeah, a seat of Maya for if you make less than 100 grand a year, at least that's the terms right now. Seat of Maya costs less than Seat of Fusion. Ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. All right. Back to the game. It's funny. I have a called game in my OBS setup. That's like a game if you're having fun, right? What is Snap2? What is Snap2? We're gonna make a cylinder. last time I discovered I have 6 aperture blades in the lens. No, 5 aperture blades. But I did not want to do a... Can I even do 5? I can, but ugh, look at that. That would be hideous geometry. Or would it? Yeah, that'd be... Maybe not, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we're good. That is tiny. Let's see, the radius is... The lens itself is 49 mil? 46 mil. Okay, so I could get out of my chair and lean over, or... Can I zoom in? Can I zoom in? It's gonna let me zoom in. It is gonna let me zoom in. But not good enough. I do not have a zoom lens on this guy. Undo. No, I have a fixed lens on my lovely camera here. So we are going to 25, 42. Height is definitely more than 2. Well, let's do 25 by 25. We can always change these later. For now, I want a flat cap. Oh god, that's way too big. Oh my gosh. I forgot what I adjusted the scaling to. That is ridiculous. Ah, this trips me up every time. Maya is running in centimeters. Fusion is running in millimeters. Oh god, that's got pretty cool. Really? Ah, when your math is off by factor 1, 2, however factors work. How does snap? Ring. And what I want to do is put the center point at the center point of the cylinder. Well, this should actually be... Yeah, actually is definitely going to be one of my buzzwords. Dang it. You know, this looked different in my head. I might actually double this. So it's 12 divisions. But then the iris itself, the aperture, will be... the aperture will be 6. That way it'll look like the aperture closing. Because if you look here, if you look into my lovely eyes, come on, look at the camera. Okay, my web camera track isn't misbehaving. Look up into my skull. There we go. I just heard the computer rev up. Yeah, it must be lagging again. Okay. Look up. You're not gonna look up, are you? There. See if we can do this. I actually have a servo on the back of the lens to open and close the aperture. And there's an LED hiding in there. And we can do fun stuff. Oop, on, off. There. Now we are a true VTuber. We are an anime girl now. We have heterochrome, the mismatch eyes. You would think with all the VTubers that have the mismatch eyes, which, hey, I'm not knocking it. I love it. You would think like 80% of the population would actually have heterochromia and different colored eyes. It's a larger number than you think. I actually looked it up. I myself have heterochromia, so it's kind of funny. I don't have the mismatched eyes. I have a kind of a blotch in one eye. Maybe I'll reflect that in the models. We're keeping Rusty and myself a little bit separate. Right. Back to game mode. All right. All right. Let's see. I might leave his eye locked up for now. Someday I will let y'all peek behind the curtain and show you the Unity setup that makes Rusty. It was fun. It was very fun to design. Get it to communicate PC phase, to communicate with Unity, to drive an Arduino, which controls the servos, which does all the fun mechanical parts on live action Rusty over here in the corner. And that's really why I'm doing this whole fun. Though you should see how hideous my base model is for Rusty, the VRM, the VR chat model. Basically, it's super basic all the way, just enough because I want to keep it super lean, just enough to be able to test with, run, and transfer the capture data. So this eye, again, my left eye, assuming I'm getting it correct, my blue eye, I'll say any little R and L drawn onto the the plastic itself, so I remember which eye is which. The blue eye is actually from a direct screen capture of the model itself. And that was one of the things I really wanted. I could have had two mechanical eyes. The original version, 0.1 of Rusty did have, or was going to have, two mechanical eyes, more like a electronic puppet, or I should say, electronic controlled puppet. We're still an electronic puppet here, but I wanted to mash as many projects together as I could. Here we go. Okay. One second. Get a good angle for the thumbnail here in case anybody just decides to stop by. Sorry if I get quiet. I'm reading through some of the things. Interesting. All right, back to the model. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. You know, one of the best things about being a VTuber type creature, you don't see me with my hand on my chin the whole entire stream. Me just being like, hmm. Hmm. So that, that. All right. We are going to, let's just see what it looks like. Oh, I hate that. I like that. I wonder for my sanity if I should go through and hide items one by one as I complete them. Hmm. Well, hide the imported file anyways. So here's the inside of Rusty's head. Missing a number of pieces. Either I grabbed an old import export, or I didn't select everything when I exported it. So here's where his neck, his side-to-side build connects. There's a servo motor sitting right here. Lovely Arduinos sitting over here behind the screen. I would turn actual Rusty all the way around, but that would cause some complications at the moment. What the robot doing? He's tilting his head all over the place and breaking. Okay, let's see. Actual servo Rusty. And this cap, or this part of the cylinder, the smaller part, is actually part of the physical lens, camera lens. This is where it connects to the camera body on an actual camera. Didn't feel bad about using. I mean, I still could take this lens out and use it on a camera. I just have to take unscrew the pieces off the back. But it's a damn from one thing. I picked it up at a antique mall for $4 or $5. I think $5. Because I wanted to try it out. I did not have a Fuji. What are we? Fuji. You're slightly out of focus too. You're a Fujinon 50 mil 2.2? 2.2. So I was not impressed with this lens, and I looked it up online. It turns out it is like one of the softest lenses, for focus, etc., etc. So I did not feel bad about not trashing it, but if anything happens to it, I don't feel bad if it gets destroyed, except for the fact that the rusty project would be need some remeasuring, or to have to hop on eBay and find another one. Oh boy. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Just have to make sure it is roughly centered, and then problem is I gotta center the pivot. Like move the pivot, so that's not super important. But the goal in simplifying is to and one. Question mark? No, really? Man, I'm off. I am off. Hey, there we go. Would have been easier to just go right here and rename it. Subtitle of the stream is Watch Out of Practice 3D Modeler Flounder. Okay, let's be like. So now when I do this, it should. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. The question would be, how low poly do we want to go? And do I want to show the gyro? Or do I just want, an eye moving around a little bit inside the socket? Seeing how low poly this guy is, and the high is like the most definition in the whole model. So I don't think I want incredibly. I'm busting the screen down to a trapezoid. Oh well. Okay, so far we got rename this guy. Screen. Lens. Group these fine creatures. I think I do need some kind of pop. I don't know if I want them fighting against each other. because right now it's a gyroscope. So let's type the low poly. Right now you have the stand-in for the lens is not a accurately modeled lens, because why would I need to accurately model and 3D print the lens when I have the physical lens that I'm actually incorporating? So, lens, this guy, and this is the ring that holds the lens. Really close. Closer. There you can see the first ring around. Great, the light gray. And then you have a second one that has a little chip out of it, because I can change how the side to side, the scanning motion was for the lens was after stripping one too many surface for my original method. Cut my losses, redesigned it, much nicer. So that would be this ring. And then yeah, that's it for lens control, but they rotate independently. Turn my eye back on. My eye tracking behaves itself again. It is definitely acting. I have to find out where the lag is coming from. You know, if it's part of my programming, because surprisingly, the finding out the rotation in the model is tricky. Tricky because quaternarians in Unity blow my mind. Okay, you have a vector based on something. And it's like, man, I just want to know. I'm looking a little bit to the right. How many degrees is that? So I can have my little servo turn my camera lens a little to the right. So, yeah. All right. Just checking my stats to make sure I'm actually still streaming. Turns out I'm dropping 0 frames in the middle of a snowstorm. So how cool is that? Pretty good for not having amazing internet. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do the rings. So we're going to backtrack just a little bit on this guy. I'm actually going to do start editing. And please, if anyone has any questions, I would love to answer said questions. Or would love to at least try to answer said questions. Okay. Oh, I did not make this a solid face. Oh wow, it almost does it for me right there. That's kind of cool. We are going to 0 gaps. This, extrude it out. Where were we? That did not work. That and that's it. Holy moly. Okay, we need to make this non-stackable. Somewhere here, there's a block. We will figure that out later. As much as I want to be like, hey, doing it live. Maybe not. Now I'm gonna just eyeball it. What the heck? Oh, okay, that's wild. It's like that live 2D feature that they had to remove where it explodes the model. Nope. What I want to do is actually use this. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. And the beauty of this, that's probably too much. The beauty of this is thanks to my history nodes, you can go right back into it and fix it. Or adjust it, not fix it. Notice it adds complexity every time you do anything. But again, the beauty of it is I can come right back in here and adjust it. You know, 0.5 was actually pretty close. I want to make it visible enough. Make it visible enough where it's worth it. Like, worth it to, worth the bother of modeling, putting shading around it, all that fun stuff. Show. I am going to extrude this. Oops, that was oops. This division is 1. Random. Oh, I forgot about that. You can do all sorts of cool stuff like that. Alright, let's see. Let's do local scale. Yes. Perfect. And then we're going to do this again. Except I'm going to five. Division. Oh man. Again, I'm rusty. I'm rusty. How you doing? I did not need to extrude it like that. However, this will allow me to sync things and move them around. So that's okay. So this is actually going to be the aperture. I think what I'll do manually. Thank you. I think what I'll do manually is go in here. Behold my end gun. Can I subdivide the cap without? I'll just do it manually later. Well, this is going to be the iris. Again, if you look at my lovely face, hold my face. I want to be able to do that. So I just hit a button, or ideally, link it to the blink, or squint. This would be good for squint. I can adjust the aperture, but adjust the aperture in the low poly model itself for fun. All right, I think that is actually enough for tonight. It's more therapy. Oh, and my music just ended too, so that's fun. It was meant to be. It was meant to be, everybody. I went through one album. It's time to call it. All right. So, gonna be signing off, saying goodnight. I've got a low battery going. Let's do this. End in stream.